Hello and welcome everybody. In today's video I'm going to be soloing the Lich King on 10-man ICC on my 80 Death Knight Twink. Now if you're soloing this on a Death Knight, I would recommend popping armor at the start to try and get his health as low as possible before phase 2. That way he can't get as many shamblings out and you won't have to worry about them for the phase 2. So as you can see here, I'm just slowly AoEing down the ads until the Shambling Horse come up. When the Shambling Horse come out, I get him down to about 50%. When he spawns the next Shambling Horror, I kill the one that is at 50%, get the next one to 50%, and so on. Now the reason why I recommend killing a Shambling Horse is because if they're up for too long, they get an ranged buff where they'll just start smashing you really hard. Now for phase 2, with the Ice Spheres, you can kite them around and slowly pick them off with Icy Touch or Death Coil, or you can stand right in front of the stairs, which I'm doing. All you'd have to do is just do a 180-degree turn and face your back to the top of his stairs. That way if they do hit you, you just fly back a little bit. In phase 2, the Raging Spirits, they do silence you. They do a little cone AoE silence in front of you. Sometimes I was able to dodge it, but it seems to hit like 95% of the time. With them silencing you, it will take off a lot of your spells that you can't use for about 5 seconds is the silence duration. So if you have any like Dreadful Ghouls or Shambling Horrors up in phase 2 with the Raging Spirits, kill the Raging Spirits first because they are the most deadly, and then the Shambling Horrors. Now, after his phase 2 is done, you will no longer get any more Raging Spirits, so it will make it a lot easier and you won't have to worry about getting silenced. But now, since he's coming out of phase 2, he gains 2 new abilities. He gains Soul Reaper and Defile. Defile is very brutal because if you don't move out of it, it can cover up the whole platform. So don't run and jump through it, just run out of it. Just stop what you're doing and run out of it, that way it doesn't cover the whole platform. Now after you get him to 40%, he will go into phase 3, which instead of spawning 3 Raging Spirits, he will spawn 4 or 5. I would recommend saving some DPS cooldowns for these Raging Spirits because you can get 2 to 3 up at a time. I only got 2 up at a time, but still, it was very hard to kill them with their silence and to be able to heal through their damage. So after he comes out of this phase with the last Raging Spirits, he gains a new ability called Vile Spirits. They have about 39k life each, and he spawns about 10 to 12 of them. They come down and they just explode on top of you. Now you can anti-magic shell through this. How I got around this is I have the 25 heroic Cindergoza Ice Crown Trinket, which gives me 158 arcane, frost, and nature resistance on a 1-minute cooldown. So I was alternating that with my anti-magic shell in order to live through the Vile Spirits. Another thing I forgot to mention, when he comes out of phase 2, the Valkyries come down. You don't have to worry about them picking you up. They only, like, if it's one person up, they won't do anything. You can't even target them. They'll just follow the Lich King and follow you. Now, I will be leaving a link to my armory underneath the video in the description. That way you guys can see my gear, my talents, glyphs, gems, enchants, the whole shebang. I'm just going to let the rest of the video play. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to try something new. Have fun, guys. Good luck. Make sure to like and sub if you liked the video and you want to see more cool videos like this.